jail trust faces naysayers, receives annual jail report, recommendations. So yeah, pretty tense meeting the other day. Lot of protesters, a lot of public comment, and the concern just ends up being that, we're 18 months now, give or take, maybe a little less, into the official caretaking of the jail trust of the county jail, and it's been a disaster. I mean, like they continue to have issues, they continue to not be able to address problems. They've raided CARES Act funding, which is far beyond funding they would have had otherwise.
And they still fucking up.
Yeah. and the average population of the jail last year was 1,776. So, the issue that many activists, advocates, people with a brain...
I was going to say, fuck people with basic fucking common sense.
Yeah. Keep coming back to is maybe get it down to 1,200 and see what happens.
It's meant to hold 1,200 of anything, and you got 1,776 of anything in the placement to hold 1,200, then it's going to be a problem.
Literally 50% overcapacity.
Especially if we're doing that with human beings, right? So I want to emphasize that again. We're doing that with human beings, the caging of human beings. So, I appreciate the work, the activists and academics and all of the people. You've done some work on this, and Marty and everyone's done the media done some great work on this. At the same time, it's basically fucking common sense. All right? It's supposed to have 1,200 motherfuckers in there. It got 1,776 motherfuckers in there. Like that's not right. Okay, so now the question is obvious. Does it need to have 1,776 motherfuckers in there? No, it doesn't.
Right.
Right. So, okay. Now we got that out the way. So all of this, we need CARES Act money to buy some sofas. All that bullshit. It's just no, you need to find a way to reduce the population. And you can reduce the population, and it will not result in this violent crime wave throughout Oklahoma County. In fact, they said themselves, there are a bunch of, and I hate this fucking term, high utilizers that circle in and out of the county jail. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means they are getting out, and there's not a huge crime wave, and you don't think they're too unsafe because you let them out, and they come right the fuck back. So what are we doing to address that, quote-unquote, high utilizers, as that motherfucker's going to utilize jail, to address, keeping them out? Because we have no problem with them being out, obviously, because we let them out, and there's not a huge violent crime wave, right? And then they'll do something, be accused of something like loitering or whatever, and they're back there. So now you have to. The question is, what resources do we need to get them to keep them out? Right? Again, this is not fucking rocket science, man. And I'm not trying to disrespect people who study these issues because they can be nuanced and they can be complex. But you can set a goal and you can say by this date we will achieve this goal. And you can say by the end of the year there will not be over 1,200 people in the Oklahoma County Jail. And this is how we can do it.
Yes, that is the kind of direct leadership we need, and listening to the meeting, it's the kind of direct leadership we're not getting. There is kind of a hiding of the ball. I mean, the American Rescue Plan, whatever the acronym is, I really need to just memorize it, but there's a lot of money coming down the pike in that plan, and I know there's a lot of intention out there to take a ton of it and route it to the county jail again. And I get some of the arguments for that, but it's just folks need to be real careful about what they do with this. We have, we just have a lot of structural problems that money could fix, if you invest in the system and the services and the things around it. But I don't know that building a bunch of new buildings and then hoping some nonprofits or the government or somebody pulls their head out of their butt to do anything with it is going to work. You're just going to have a bunch of nice new buildings that are helping 25 people a week or, a month get services when there's 2,000 going through the damn building. I mean, the county jail, the churn rate on it is astronomical. I mean, it might be tens of thousands. I can't remember the exact number, but I mean, it is thousands and thousands and thousands of people a year churn through that county jail because a lot of the population turns over. You know, I don't know, building a little diversion thing that helps 100 people.
Like, factually, the highest value, first off, it's the most Oklahoma shit in the world for us to be getting money from the federal government. So let's put it toward the jail. Yes. Right? Like, that's what you motherfuckers need, jail. No, but it's just not the highest value use of the money. Even in terms of reducing jail population, right? Like, the highest value usage of the money would be probably to invest in some current nonprofits and to invest in other service providers that work with populations who that currently exist, that work with populations who turn in and out of jail, and then just tell the jail you need to get down to 1,200 people. Like, you could, like, that getting it down under 1,200 people does not require a bunch of new buildings, does not require millions of dollars. It requires just some fucking effort.
Thanks for watching our video. Please give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more content. If you want to engage with us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.